balaa may tàmbali tey dafa am benn question bu ma bëgg adresser et je vais le faire en anglais d'abord et ensuite en français. Je vais le faire en anglais parce que simplement question bi c'est une question internationale qui concerne notre frère Ousmane Tounkara qui est détenu aux États-Unis. Je vais le faire en français parce que c'est une question importante bu nga xam ni il faut que ma wax ci pour que la communauté internationale mën a comprendre li xew lan la. This show is done all the time in my native language, which is Wolof. And from time to time, I can just use the English language or the French language to address critical questions that concern my country and that concern my fellow countrymen. Today, I am going to just do that because, as you know, in the news, there is a countryman named Ousmane Tounkara, who is an activist, as myself, who in the United States, since more than 30 years now, has been concerned about how our country is governed and was not shy to address them and to call the government, all the government actually, to behave in a way of transparency, in a way of good governance, and in a way that the Senegalese people can be lifted up to be developed, can be lifted up to be a developed country, because we have everything to be one of them. Resources, human resources, natural resources, and a small country surrounded by water, that is our country. Everything you can think of natural resources to be developed, we have it. In terms of knowledge and training and study, the Senegalese people have demonstrated around the world in every level of organization. You can find people from Senegal who are leading in the world. This is the second time the government of Senegal called the United States, the government of the United States, to detain a Senegalese national, even though they live in the United States for decades, to call a Senegalese national a terrorist. It was in 2016 that happened the first time. It was concerning the guy named Assane Diouf, an activist like myself, who did what he should do as an activist to address the question, the governance in the country, the nepotism, the stealing, everything you can think of to just maintain our country in underdeveloped countries like many, many African countries. He was called a terrorist. They sent a plane when the FBI went to his house and searched everything that is linked to a terrorist activity. They didn't see anything. They just pick up the guy and give it to ICE, which is the immigration branch of enforcement in the United States. And I was myself the leading person around many, many Senegalese people who just rally to make sure he is not deported to Senegal. I organized them in 3 committees. 1 to defend him, to find him a lawyer. 1 to raise the money. And another 1 to communicate and let people know around the world what's happening to Assane Diouf. Before we know it, because of what happened after September 11th, because of the international law on terrorism, any government can evoke that law and call another government to deport that national back to his homeland or her homeland if the sticker terrorist is attached to it. It happened with Assane Diouf. I'm not going to come back to what happened to Assane, When he went back to Senegal, he was imprisoned, beaten deadly, and the United States did raise voice after that. But it was too late. It was too late. Ousmane Sonko is on the same path like Assane Diouf. The shameful government of Macky Sall has evoked before the United States government that Ousmane Tounkara is a terrorist like Assane Diouf, maybe like myself. One day they will call me that, because simply for years, more than 40 years now, more than 20-something years I lived in the US, denouncing the malgovernance in our country, denouncing the stealing, the nepotism, and everything you can think of that cause malgovernance. This is what happened now. So I want to make sure the government of the United States understand this is a strategy. This is a tactic. This is a scheme. The government in Senegal right now is using to just deport national who just make sure the Senegalese people understand they are too bad for us. That's why I'm addressing you in this language. You understand? I am asking solemnly the government of Joe Biden to just understand that and never deport. This family man of 30 years living in the United States with his kids and his wife, this family man who helped his countrymen back home, he is in a very good condition in the US. Could have just said, none of my business, and just go away. He didn't do that. He was along his countrymen, his country people, fighting for a better life, for a better being of our people, for a better being of our country. This is as simple as that. So don't listen to them. Don't deport this guy. I don't know his immigration status. I don't know at all. But I am asking you. I am begging you. I am begging you not to deport him. Because when he will be deported, he will be beaten to death. That happened to Assane Diouf. We know it. The press in Senegal reported. The United States Embassy did intervene. They did raise their voice. It was too late. I don't want this to happen again. This is why I'm addressing this question. It is very important, extremely important, that you don't allow the government of Senegal to just abuse, really abusing the law on international terrorism to silence his own citizen abroad. It is shameful. You don't want to allow it, and we will denounce it anytime that will happen. So I'm hoping this address is heard by the White House. This address is heard by the President, Joe Biden. This address is heard by the Congress of the United States. This address is heard by the Senate of the United States. Stop it right now. It is a demand. It is an urgent demand. All the people of Senegal is asking to you. So thank you very much.